TV, the program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope in Nigeria. And of course, a new Nigeria is certainly possible. Now, good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending your time zone. Again, today we are here to have discussion on the things happening in Nigeria. As you know, reports coming in suggest that Chief Bola Tinubu is off the country, has jetted out. Whether he's still in Abuja about to go, but the reports coming from the special advisor on media during Gallery has suggested that Chief Bola Tinubu will be departing to China via UAE, the United Arab Emirates. What he's going to do in Arab Emirates, that has not been disclosed as at this very time. But on China, we believe, aside from other things that they suggest he's about to embark, we believe that the borrowed aircraft or the seized aircraft that he still travels on without bringing the transparency of the purchase on how much it cost Nigerians and all of that is not before the Nigerian media. But anyway, we'll be bringing you that very discussion, and of course, the major other thing that we want to discuss at this very hour happen to be how Chief Bola Tinubu's presidency spent 366 million on bulletproof tires within 3 days. But that is coming from the government public payment portal. A review of that very portal reveals significant tire-related expenditure by Chief Bola Tinubu led federal government. It was found that 366 million was spent on tires in 3 days, and the payments were made in May 21st, 2024, in June, and also in the same of this year. There was a single day expenditure of about 42.8 million on June for the State House tires. Another sum of 86.2 million was spent to purchase tires on June 24th. And the description, of course, coming from Gospel read that is a purchase of tires to State House. Two payments also were registered on May 21st of this 2024. The presidency under Chief Bola Tinubu spent 38 million on the supply of 5 numbers of armored/bulletproof tires and all of that. So another sum of 200.5 million was paid for supply of tires for bulletproof vehicle to the State House Abuja. This is coming according to the gov.spend portal. 2 payments were again registered on May of 24th, 2024. According to that, the presidency spent 38 million on all of these armored bullet tires. Of course, the total, the presidency spent 366 million in 3 days on the purchase of tires, according to the details on the GovSpend platform. These transactions have raised questions about the transparency and the efficiency of public spending under this very Chief Bola Tinubu's current administration. The tire expenditure revelations as to the concerns over the Tinubu administration's priority on spending as Nigeria faces revenue shortages by joining debt and of course significant debt servicing costs. Despite pledges of prudence, experts argue that the Nigerian government spending patterns indicate a long way to go in achieving fiscal discipline. That is what we have to discuss at this hour. And joining me to have this very discussion are well-meaning Nigerians on Zoom and active citizens of Nigeria who always come out to share with Nigerian public what they feel about this very particular turbulence in the Nigerian democracy. Let's start with Mr. Bassi. Mr. Bassi, you've heard about this very humongous amount being spent by Chief Bola Tinubu. Of course, this happened before his departing to the UAE or to China via UAE or the Gospel portal. We're displaying everything on screen for people to see, so it's not something that is being made up. So what are your thoughts about this very hardship hitting Nigeria, and we're seeing something coming out from the expenses of Chief Bola Tinubu's State House expenditure of 366 million on bulletproof tires. What is your take on this? And of course, we want you also to tell us what you think about this same seized or borrowed aircraft. What are your thoughts? Why are we still, or Chief Bola Tinubu still riding on a borrowed aircraft according to the Chinese just to visit France? But we have seen that the aircraft is hovering around the world. What are your thoughts, Mr. Bassi?
Good evening, Mr. Kanu. Good evening, Zoom panelists. Good day, Obidient worldwide, wherever you are listening from. My take on this is that this government is callous, with no human sympathy and emotion. I can't imagine a government that their citizens can barely have 1 square meal a day, going on this sort of frivolous spending and all manner of I mean, you can't even defend this kind of expenditure. I remember that about 3 months ago, or even if I'm not mistaken, 2 months ago, there was an incident where a tire of 244 million was published, the same GovSpend portal. My question is, what will government be buying? Why would they be buying tires almost every now and then for a vehicle that barely don't go out of FCT? As much as I know, presidential fleet, the cars in the presidential fleet don't go outside Abuja. They only go between State House to the office or probably to the airport. If people who do a lot of a long haul will be driving a car for 1 year without changing tires, why will a presidency be spending as much as this humongous amount of money on tires? And these tires, I'm told, are bulletproof tires, which therefore means that it has a longer lifespan than ordinary tires. So why would they be spending this kind of money? And how would they be spending the money almost every month on buying tires? And to think that this amount of money that they are being quoted is enough to take care of certain needs that will bring succor to Nigerians. And they are going about spending this money frivolously without minding the fact that we are a country that is under starvation, perpetually attacked by starvation because of bad government policies. And I ask myself, why are they doing this to Nigeria? Is it that this government was deliberately sent to torture Nigerians? Do we really deserve this kind of treatment we receive from this kind of the people in this government? We definitely don't deserve this. So this is very sad. It's a sad moment. And unfortunately, the people who are supposed to represent us, the people who are supposed to be the mouthpiece of the people, are the ones even giving them this pass to spend this kind of money frivolously, unchecked, without raising questions. Yet, we have a National Assembly calling themselves representation of the people. This is a sad moment. It's a sad day for Nigerians. And I don't know how we are going to get out of this. But again, Nigerians, we are seeing this humongous spending by this government who don't care about the people. And I can tell you that most of this money ends up in people's pockets. It is even possible that most of these tires are not even supplied. They just put it on paper and they pay people out. So this is the kind of government that we have, who are supposed to protect our resources and use it judiciously for the benefit of the citizen. Yet they are out there enjoying themselves, going on a frivolous ride. Now he's on his way to China. The question is, What is he going to do in China? We've had several travel from this government, and we've not seen any impact of this travel. But rather, they go about spending hard-earned foreign exchange that we don't even have. They are spending it on those travels without any tangible result coming back. Concerning the presidential jet, I don't want to believe that presidential jet is a borrowed jet. They are just using that to tease Nigerians, to deceive Nigerians, and because they don't want Nigerians to ask too many questions. But the question is, how was this jet? How was the money appropriated? Who appropriated that fund that they used to buy that jet? Because it's no longer a borrowed. What they are yet to tell us is how much it costs to buy that jet. They are yet to come up with that cost. The jet is not a borrowed jet. It is the money that was spent from Nigerians' coffer, though it was not appropriated. But we need to ask questions. The National Assembly needs to tell us who appropriated that the money that was used to buy that jet. Up till now, okay, this question still lies unattended to.
Yeah, but Mr. Bassi, judging from how the news was brokered to Nigerians, how Nigerians got to know about this, the authenticity of the purchase of this aircraft in the first instance, it was from the Chinese. The Chinese firm was very clear that they were lending out or borrowing the Chief Bola Tinubu the aircraft to come to China, to come to France for a discussion. That is clearly what they talked about. So that's why I was asking, is this still a borrowed aircraft? Because the Chinese are no longer talking about releasing the said aircraft, and Chief Bola Tinubu is using it, touring all over the world. So it means that it seems like Nigeria has been taken for a ride. Like someone said over that this is like an arrangement between the Chinese and the Tinubu-led administration. Also recall that this very issue about the arbitration award, we also learned that Chief Bola Tinubu's attorney, one of his lawyers during the 2023 election tribunal, now one of them was among the people who did arbitration and got over 300 million US dollars, according to the reports that are coming in. So don't you think that Nigerians are being scammed on this very particular aircraft, because we really don't know how much that very aircraft is coming from the presidency? We have not gotten that very amount, only speculations.
Yes, obviously Nigerians have been taken for a ride. We have been scammed because, like I said, the question have been asked, and the presidency are yet to tell Nigerians how much it costs to buy this second-hand aircraft, because it's not even a new aircraft. This aircraft is about, I'm told, is 15 years. And if you recall, the first aircraft, the other aircraft that it was used was barely about 19 years. So how can you leave a 19 years aircraft that was bought brand new, and you are the first user, you now move to go and buy a second-hand aircraft? This is a scam. All of this were just a programmed news to distract Nigerians. This is what they want Nigerians to feed on. You notice that Bayo Onanuga came to announce the arrival of this aircraft, but he did not announce how much it costs Nigerians to buy this aircraft. These are some of the things that we're talking about, that Nigerians have been scammed, they have been taken for granted, and it's high time we begin to hold this government to account and let them know that they are responsible for Nigerians.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bassi. Let's quickly get our own Lord K on this. Lord K, please, when we are talking about this godspend.ng, that is the government platform that we see all these amounts being spent, I'm sure that in the next few weeks we'll be seeing the amount that Chief Bola Tinubu have spent to procure forex. I mean, buying dollars to be able to travel out. Now, why I'm bringing this up is that some people might not really think that it is a big deal for Chief Bola Tinubu to travel to UAE or travel to China, as the case might be. But when we try to, quantify the amount of forex, the amount of dollars that they purchase with our money to travel outside, we always scream, because it goes down to hundreds of millions and sometimes into billions. How much do you even think that this very trip that Chief Bola Tinubu is embarking to China via the UAE is costing taxpayers in Nigeria without any sort of economic stimulus coming in from this very particular kind of travel? What do you think, or what is your opinion on this?
Yes, good evening, fellow Nigerians. Good evening, everyone in the studio and Obedience around the world. This trip, like you just mentioned now, I mean, I don't see any reason for this journey he has embarked on, because this is a government that nobody respects around the world. This is a government that everybody knows how he got into office and what he has been doing. So for him to be traveling around the world pretending to be going to sign MOUs, going to negotiate contracts, going to negotiate for, investors coming into Nigeria, I think is a fraud for him to perpetrate much, much, much more dollar confiscation. Now, this is somebody that has traveled to the UAE before. He has traveled to some African countries saying he wants to go sign some contracts, he wants to go do this, and none of these contracts, none of these things has actually come to fruition. But all we hear from his aides that, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Why? Why? Is it because the Nigerian Senate just approve anything that he submits to them? He has free hands to the budget of the country, to whatever he wants to spend. Is he actually spending his salary like every other government of other nations are doing? I mean, these are things you should be thinking about. Okay, his visit is going out for now. Whatever he's going to be spending there now is out of the government's purse, which of course is not his salary, it's not his own domain. He's taking this out of Nigerians' funds. Why is he doing this? And he's not going to be spending, with some kind of spendthrift ability. He is going to be very luscious in what he's doing. This is somebody that has actually gone out to buy bulletproof tires. Bulletproof tires. For what? So if you are doing something in the right way in your country, if you are treating your citizens right, if you are treating your country right, will you have the fear that you even be riding the bulletproof car inside your own country, inside your own locality? That a car you drive from the airport to your office, or from your office to your house, you're looking for bulletproof car, bulletproof tires, and you want to eat bulletproof yourself. Why are you doing all this? Of what use is it to the country? This is a country that you gave the citizens 70,000 naira. 70,000 naira for minimum wage. But then you are buying bulletproof cars, buying Cadillac, what over almost $1 billion naira, 1 trillion naira. You're buying 3 jet planes for yourself, for the presidency. To do what? To fly around the country. To fly around the world pretending you are doing something. This is the frivolous spending we're talking about you doing in the country. Because all these expenses have no meaning to Nigeria. You are going to China now. What are you going to do there? Do you want to go and negotiate deals? Do you want to go and negotiate that, okay, all the contracts or whatever Nigeria has gone into contract with, they should cancel your debt? No, they will not do it. because you are not showing them that, yes, you do need this fund. You are showing them that, yes, you have more than enough because of this nonsense you are doing. In the last 6 months, how much have you borrowed around the country, around the world?
Let's briefly hear what his media head had to say about why he's traveling to China, and then of course we can come back and take it up.
Just for a minute, let's take a listen to him.
His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will depart for the People's Republic of China, more specifically Beijing, from the nation's capital within the first week of September to engage in a series of meetings and activities with immediate and future benefit to the Nigerian economy and the Nigerian people. Mr. President will conduct site visits to 2 major Chinese corporations, Huawei Technologies, as well as the China Rail and Construction Corporation, CRCC. This is with a view to achieve one of Mr. President's top agenda items, which is the completion of the Ibadan to Abuja segment of the Lagos to Kanu high-speed rail line.
So you've heard from Ajurin Gareli what he said that Chief Bola Tinubu is going to do in China is going to bring economic benefits to Nigeria. So just within 1 minute, please, Lord K, round up on having heard from him, your take on this for 1 minute, please.
This another person that I don't even believe is a Nigerian. These are people that have changed their names, just like as Tinubu did, answering the name Tinubu Bola, because that was not his name when he came into Nigeria. This same guy, who has ever heard about him, I mean, for the past 20, 25 years? Who knew him? Who is he? But in Tinubu's government, he came into existence. These are the people that causes the 419 in the country, people that give false information. Okay, he's going out to sign all this, whatever he wants to sign. Which one has actually materialized in this country? Which one has actually materialized? None. So it's a waste of time, waste of money, and waste of efforts, and waste of Nigeria economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me quickly
on to Reverend Pete. Reverend Pete, you've had all going on, but let me bring this to you. Notwithstanding so much money that would have been spent on Forex, I mean, the exchange Naira to a dollar now is about above 1,600 for a dollar, and we know that they'll be spending a huge sum of money going out. Now, looking at it from the perspective of bringing more economic values back after this very travel, do you think why the end bad governance is happening, protest is happening in Nigeria, that any reasonable corporation, be it in UAE or China, will venture into investing in Nigeria when they see that the people in Nigeria are protesting against this very government? Do you think that any reasonable, well-meaning company or corporation will intend to put pen to paper with Chief Bola Tinubu to invest in Nigeria, Reverend Pete?
Thank you, Mr. Kanu, for having me, and welcome wherever you are listening or watching us. You see, the truth is that this man is not telling Nigeria the truth. Okay, for instance, you want to go to China to attract investors. Why have you been since? Why is it now that we are talking about the seizure of Nigeria's property all over the world, that you are now traveling to China to attract investors?
So also Reverend Pete, bearing in mind, sorry
to interrupt you, also bearing in mind the fact that Chinese firms has been hot in Nigeria, they have seized assets of Nigeria everywhere. So which corporation in China, after hearing what the other firms are going through, their failed businesses in Nigeria, how do you think that any of these corporations will still come back to Nigeria to do business? So that's why I'm saying, why is he going there to waste our money?
Exactly. That's exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going. Because you cannot, this trouble of seizure came as a result of a transaction, as a result of investment. And this is where it comes from. Now, the same time where this thing is on, when this trouble is in the air, in the space, the same period is the same period with which you want to go to the same country, the same China, to go attract investors. If you are dumb, do you mean it to be that everybody is dumb? So how do you look at such a thing? If you are a wise person, you should have allowed everything to go down. Then you got into dialogue perfectly, and when things are normal before you, that shows that this man is not actually going there for business. He's going there to settle all that he has lost to the Chinese. And when you look at how much he's spending, because as he's going there, he's not going there alone. There are officials that are going with him. And so they must need foreign exchange. And we are talking about shortage of foreign exchange. And we have the one that we are wasting. Because we have House of Assembly that are like dead lion. And so I am not surprised. I do say it always because I cited people, I designed people beyond their ways. Now you can remember what Senator Diggy said some times ago, that there were money that were allocated in that budget that does not projected what such money will be used for. Now, this man is making an attempt to cover up all this money by this dubious system, traveling and buying of different things. Okay, how do you as a president who want the country to go where, who have a good heart for this country, how do you buy tires 366 million for what? To where? For what purpose? So you now know that this man, what I concluded is that what I have as in my mind is that this man he wants to waste this Nigerian resources because he's afraid that he may not come back 2027. So he wants to waste all the foreign exchange, the economy, so that at the end of the day, even if he did come back, then it doesn't matter, because the same thing is what his predecessor did. Buhari, he ruined the economics. Now he now want to send the Nigerian economy into the grave, so that at the end of the day, everything will come to an end. How can you, the aircraft has no need. So I just believe that the Nigerians are listening because we are becoming wiser than what we used to be, even when he entered. Because if Nigeria has knowledge of what they are now, when the election was done, because people were afraid of a NSAS protest. So, and that was why he was able to do how he manipulated 2023. So, I am sure that Nigerians are highlighted now. Nigerians are much more determined now, and we are going to stand up against him in whatever way, so that Nigeria will be liberated. That's my take.
Okay. Thank you very much, Reverend Pete.
Time on in for us. Let's quickly get Tony Oji joining us from the Cold City. Now, Tony, please, our time is really running fast. Can you sincerely tell me if you are a Chinese investor, given the circumstances of the previous Chinese transaction that has gone bad, and arbitration gone bad, and of course seizure of states' facilities across the world being displayed on international arena? Do you tell me that any reasonable corporation, company in China we want to have any meaningful discussion with Chief Bola Tinubu as concerning coming to invest in Nigeria at this very time? Also, I want you to take cognizance of the fact that the aircraft that he is traveling to China with is supposedly belonging to the Chinese. What are your thoughts briefly, Tony?
Thank you for having me. And thank you, listeners, wherever you are. First of all, let me just say this. Public administration in this country is upside down. The president is going to outdo Buhari in terms of globe-trotting, going around the world in the pretense of looking for businesses. If I am a Chinese business company or person, I have to think deeply. Doesn't matter the kind of talk, the kind of access I'm given to come and invest in Nigeria. Because the world knows exactly what is going on in this country. They're not blind, they're not deaf. How can your president be traveling this way without explaining to us what exactly he is doing and what are the benefits of these travels? He went to France and they call it work stay. I don't understand. If anybody can explain to me what it means, I'll be happy. Work stay.
It's Nigeria grammar.
I've never heard that phrase before. Is it working holiday they were trying to say, or what? No, they don't want to use holiday because people will be asking why. Work stay. Now, how many times has this guy visited different parts of the country explaining his economic policies, his development ideas? This is what a leader does, not traveling all over the world. You know, during the electioneering last year, he refused to participate in the debate to explain to Nigerians what his ideas, what his policies, like they do everywhere in the world. They don't do it here. They hide and then use propaganda and rigging to get into office. What do you expect them to do for you? They are there to satisfy themselves. That's what the guy is doing right now. Let him explain to Nigerians the benefits, not just looking for investment in Nigeria. How many have come to invest? People have explained that you don't need to go out and look for investors. If you fix your country, fix your economic doing business in your country, if you fix your legal system, people will come and invest. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people. It's a huge market for a lot of products people can invest in. No. What we have going around, what are you selling about Nigeria? Are you selling corruption to businesses you are trying to bring to Nigeria? What are you selling to them? Are you selling a good legal system?
Abado.
I don't understand this, guys. Let us just, if you read other world newspapers, or if you have traveled extensively, you will notice that no other leader is doing exactly what Nigerian presidents are doing. They are focused, trying to fix their economy, trying to improve the lives of their citizens. But our own presidents, start from Buhari, they're traveling all over the world, globe-trotting, in the guise of looking for businesses. Look at how many times have you had even Ghanaian president go to Britain or Germany or UAE? How many times? And this guy using borrowed aircraft, if you call it that.
Yes.
These people will be transparent. They are unserious. The most unserious individuals I've ever seen. Why this opaqueness? Why hide things for your people, for the people you say you govern? You cover everything up so that they don't know what you are doing. That's why people are asking questions. That's why people don't trust the government. Oh, elections have consequences, whether you elect them or they rig it. Be involved. Let's get this country going. Let's make Nigeria great again.
All right, yes, let's
and removing all these people that are causing us headache. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Tony.
Elections has consequences. You always reiterate this every day. And for me, I always come back to say that hope is really will cost Nigerians nothing. So, and that's why we keep the hope alive. And we keep also telling you that without hope, everything will be shattered. So there must be hope. So in the midst of all of this, let's keep the hope flying. But what we want to let all our viewers understand clearly is that all the travels, both the one that happens for Tinubu going to France, that they're what they call the FX. Usually Nigerians will convert the naira into dollars, and of course that's what they will be traveling with, and that amounts to hundreds of millions. And again, traveling to China via UAE also for what? They said investment to bring in investors, which we believe that the Chinese government will not even allow any of its multinationals, the people who actually have money to invest, to bring that over here, notwithstanding what has happened to their own colleague out there. So we are saying clearly that what Ajuri Ngaleri spoke about, the reasons why Chief Bola Tinubu is going to China is not tenable, and that is what we are bringing. It only amounts to expenses, expenditure, notwithstanding what is happening, the hardship that is happening in Nigeria, the hunger that is ravaging the nation. Tinubu should be in Nigerians to address the Nigerian economy, address the Nigerian people, and also the issues of the upcoming process that is built for October. He should start by now to dialogue with the people who are the promoters of this. Should dialogue with them, look at their demands, and see how Nigeria can be moving forward. Thank you so much for watching us at this hour.
He's going for in China. We just hope after the journey he doesn't go there sleeping and signing contracts to put Nigeria or to sell Nigeria out fully, because that's the next thing he wants to do now. They've mortgaged all the assets of Nigeria out. So him traveling to China now, he wants to go there and sell Nigeria off totally. And he's going to be doing this asleep. So let's all be careful.
All right, thank you for the addition, Lord K. Of course,
okay,
I know
that one is extra.
Yes,
Nigerians will be reacting to all of this. By tomorrow, we'll be looking at the reaction of Nigerians, especially knowing so well that the amount of money that they will be spending for this very travel is taxpayers' money, and of course, it's not going to yield anything. So we'll be taking reaction for by tomorrow, but by now
we'll be saying thank you for watching and listening to us. Be an active citizen. Tomorrow we'll be discussing more of our engagement with His Excellency P2B and the reaction of our netizens and obedience and well-meaning Nigerians. But what we want to say before I leave right now is be an active citizen. Participate and engage with your fellow obedience and fellow active citizens across different constituencies in Nigeria. For the structure of the obedient movement is fully being activated as we speak. We'll be talking more about that tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.